All right, it's tax season, and every Monday leading up to tax day, we're highlighting the very important information you need to know to make it easier to file taxes for yourself and your business. Doug Snyder is here with us this morning. Doug is a CPA and a board member of the SC Association of CPAs. So we appreciate you waking up bright and early for us. I should say dark and early. Thank you for being here.
Actually wet and early.
Yes, yeah, seriously. It is a big deadline next week, a week from today. I know it's March 15th, but it falls on a Saturday, so Monday is the day. That's when business tax returns are due.
That's right. Well, thanks, Bill. I'm excited about being here to talk taxes with you this morning. And when we talk about taxes, we talk federal, but we'll also talk about South Carolina since we're living here in South Carolina. Right. But you're exactly right. It's March 15th. If you have a calendar year, the activity January through December, then you need to report March 15th. As you mentioned, it's on a weekend, so it goes to the next Monday. But it's only for certain businesses.
Okay.
It's depending on your tax status.
Okay.
So people, a lot of people, especially smaller businesses, they talk about, I'm an LLC.
Yeah.
That is the legal side.
Okay.
You have to choose a tax side. So you'd be a partnership, an S corporation, or a corporation. So the March 15th deadline is for partnerships and for S corporations.
Okay, I was going to ask, is this for all small businesses? People might not realize, of course, money, it's not much money a business has to really make in order to file taxes.
Well, unfortunately, whether you make it or not, if you have a tax ID number, you need to file a tax return.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not as common for businesses as personal tax filers to receive a refund. What are some cases where businesses might get some money back?
Well, the businesses we're talking about, the partnerships and the K-1s, they are actually pass-through entities.
Okay.
So although you have to file a separate tax return for those entities, the amounts from that tax return goes to what is called a K-1.
Okay.
And that K-1 information goes to a personal tax return. So it's a little more complicated for your partnerships and your S corporations that get filed, but you do have to file those entity returns to get the K-1s to give to those individual partners for their tax returns.
Okay, that makes sense. What happens if a business owner doesn't have all the 2024 information, or maybe they don't have time to complete or to submit the tax return?
Well, first of all, don't panic, but think about it before the deadline so you can file an extension.
Okay.
So both the federal IRS allows you to have an extension. There are certain forms for the federal extension, and also you need to file a separate form for the state.
Okay, and how far in advance do you have to do the
Well, you can do it in advance. You can't be late.
Okay.
So don't put it after March the 16th.
It could be in the 11th hour, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. It needs to be postmarked, or thankfully you can do it online now too. So as long as you're there on the deadline, you can file it online.
It's amazing what we can do online, right?
It is.
What are the changes from last year that small business owners might need to know about?
Well, something that is unique to other states, but also to South Carolina, some other states in South Carolina, is that the IRS and South Carolina Department of Revenue have extended the deadline because we're in a disaster relief area.
Okay.
So while we have the deadline, you do have till May 15th instead of the March 15th or 17th that we discussed. But I'm recommending go ahead and file that deadline, filing the extension, because you get a 6-month extension, so it takes your deadline all the way to September the 15th.
Okay.
So you might be able to complete it by May the 1st, and you wouldn't have to file an extension. But I'm recommending filing the extension now, and then if you can get things done before May the 1st, all the better.
And then one last thing, anything else people need to know before this deadline next Monday?
I think if you just have questions, you can either go to, say, the IRS website, the South Carolina Department website, or reach out to a local CPA if you have any questions.
I was going to say, I assume you're busy, but folks can still reach out to you?
Absolutely.
Okay. How can they get in touch with y'all?
Well, my website is on the screen,
Okay.
But I've also on the screen the irs.gov and dor.sc.gov are excellent websites if you have a question, because it does have search capabilities. So it's pretty intuitive nowadays that I would say they're getting up to speed to where they're answering questions on the website.
Okay, very helpful. Again, that deadline for businesses, Monday the 17th, and then you'll be joining us every Monday to talk taxes as folks, of course, get prepared to file. I know I filed but you don't want to necessarily be a procrastinator if you've got a lot going on. But you do have time. We've got
Absolutely.
about a month. So.
Yeah, we'll be talking about the individual tax returns for the next couple of weeks.
All right, Doug, thanks so much for joining us.